Okay, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Spiritual Catalyst podcast. I am Sarah Lyons, and I'm a soul alchemist, business strategist. I lead visionary women into superconscious creation to manifest a life and business of their dreams. Today, I have a beautiful guest expert, Brandy Keenan, who is a Holy Fire Reiki master and a metaphysical shop owner. And today we're going to be talking about how to clear and heal your chakras using Holy Fire Reiki. So welcome, Brandy.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for coming on. I'm really interested in this topic. I haven't personally experienced Holy Fire Reiki myself. So I'd first just love to ask you, what is Holy Fire Reiki and how is that different to like what most people would hear about Usui Reiki or something?
For sure, yeah. So it actually, so I learned from the guy's name is William Rand, and so he actually studied all of the, I'm really bad about calling it regular Reiki, but in my head that's just how it makes sense. Yep. But through studying Usui, worked with, followed along the line, and he's worked with a lot of people that actually worked with like Madame Takata and stuff like that. So he teaches Usui, and that's what he always taught before. And then his story kind of blows my mind because he was doing a teaching, a training, and then he got a download where he was supposed to bring in this holy fire energy. And so it was like, it's one of my favorite stories because it's like, I think about trusting our intuition because he's there in front of all these people that have paid to come and teach. And he's like, you want me to just switch it up and do something different? But he had to trust that and go with it. And so he did. So what Holy Fire does is, same symbol, same everything. It's pulling from Holy Fire source energy instead of like from me. So one thing that's different is when I would do regular or Usui Reiki, if I was having a bad day, sometimes it would be hard to not let that energy go. When you're pulling from Holy Fire, it's like bypassing it. So you're pulling right from source energy, and it doesn't matter if I'm having a worse day. Like it's just kind of not even touching my energy, and it's going straight to you. So it's really, really neat for that. But he follows the same things. He teaches about Usui. He teaches about the lineage and everything the same way.
Beautiful.
It's just, for me, thank you. For me, it seems like it's a little bit like, more, it's like gentle yet more intense. I don't know. Like it's like the second I called in, it's like hot hands. You can feel it. It's like you definitely feel it, but it's also like a great big hug. I don't know. So it's like powerful, but like soothing at the same time.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you mentioned you like to use it in healing the chakras.
Yeah, for sure. So, and I'll just touch a little bit on chakras because I don't know if all the listeners know, but like I have been like fascinated by chakras for the longest time, and the more I learn about them, the more I'm just like blown away. And it blows my mind. I'm sure you can relate to this. All the things that we don't learn like in school, like chakras run alongside our spinal column, which is called the Sushumna column. But it's so neat because they actually correspond with nerves. Like they attach to nerves, organs. It's like, why have we never heard about these? So the same way, we can get physical pain in our arms, we can get through our chakras, we can manifest physical, emotional pain. And so it's like to bring in and heal that. One really cool way to do it is with Holy Fire because we're moving the energy, we're balancing it, we're opening it up, and so I just absolutely love to pair the two together.
It's beautiful. And what you noticed the difference is through healing your chakras with the Usui Reiki and with the Holy Fire Reiki.
So, and I didn't really do much with, so when I got Usui certified, and then it was not much longer that I got Holy Fire Reiki certified. And so honestly, I don't even know if I was like putting in work with Usui Reiki on chakras and stuff like that. And so until I started doing Holy Fire. So I don't really have a compare and contrast because for me, pretty much all I've known then is Holy Fire.
Beautiful. Okay, so what's your personal experience then healing your chakras with Holy Fire Reiki? Like what could someone expect to experience having their chakras healed with Holy Fire?
Okay, so that's an excellent question. Okay, so one thing that somebody might notice is, well, even if we're doing like a distance session, and I think you've probably experienced some Reiki before, it's crazy how well you can feel it. Like you can feel tingles and you can feel heats and you can feel excuse me, head tingles and stuff. So, but I think you'll notice, and depending on which chakra we're working with, but like if I was working on your heart chakra, I feel a lot of times that's the one I get a lot, and so because there's just so much hurt going on right now. But so a lot of people feel like a release, like a releasing, like a relief, like a weightlessness, kind of, like, oh, I can breathe again. I do get a lot of root chakra stuff too, because we're just so many people are looking for safety and looking for security, and we weren't provided that. And so with that, I like to do, and I know you like to go down into Mother Gaia, and that's the thing that I do when I do the root chakras. And I actually send roots from the hands and the feet just right down in there, and we're gone. So there's just like a sense of security that comes with it also, I think, when we're working on like the root. And so it's kind of just like different. Sometimes people feel a cooling, a tingling. Sometimes they're like, wow, some people see colors, like sometimes I've had people sit on my table and be like, I'm seeing the most yellow when I'm, at their sacral chakra, and they've never experienced chakras before. So it's just really neat how it works like that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I love it. So what is Holy Fire?
Holy Fire, and for me, it's just like, the easiest way to explain it is it's just like a purity, like a purified. So it's Reiki, but it's coming from like source energy. And so if you picture, essentially, it's like a great big fire. You know what I mean? Like that's fueling the energy, that's fueling the power. That's like where I think about it. Like anytime I'm sending Holy Fire, it's like clearing and cleansing. I think about like the good that a fire can bring if we're like using it to sanitize or something like that, like a cleansing metal or something. Like it just brings purification and then new life afterwards. I think it's just really neat.
Yeah. So is it right that you would say like it's coming from source, but it's using the element of fire, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's how we call it in too. Yeah, 100%. There's like one of the symbols is calling fire, so it's pretty neat. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. It's really beautiful. Oh, I love it. Okay, so do you have anything else you think the listeners might like to learn about what Holy Fire Reiki is or can do for them in their lives?
Let's see here. So, I mean, aside from chakra work, like I use Holy Fire to like really just like it's so neat because it's like for spiritual, emotional, physical. Like you can work on all the pains. Like you can work on the physical pain. I've got a gal that comes into the shop who comes in for like sciatica pain. I've done distance sessions on sciatica pain. So it's like if there's an actual physical pain, we can work on that also. It's so crazy how much of the as I'm talking, I'm realizing it's like so many things come back to like physical pain, back pain, leg pain is connected to the root, and then also to the solar because it's all connected, to the sacral and then the solar. So when we start working on that, then we can relieve physical pain, emotional and spiritual also.
Beautiful.
It's kind of just like all encompassing.
I love it. And I just wanted to ask one last thing. How would you feel about just giving the audience a quick blast of Holy Fire just so that they can experience it for themselves?
Yeah, I would absolutely love that. You want me to do it right now, or you want to do it?
Yeah, go for it. Like
okay.
30 seconds would be...
Absolutely, yeah. Let me just follow the end. That's exciting. Okay.
Yay.
It's just going to be no talking over here for a minute for me. How do you feel?
Oh, definitely felt that, like, come on. Actually, I think earlier you mentioned like a warm blanket, or at some point you've mentioned a warm blanket, and I felt that there's like a thickness of a warm blanket coming through front of my body and then up my head, down my arms, and I feel super warm.
Oh, how wonderful. It's so, I love, oh, good. I love that. And it's so funny because you said blast, and then it was like, as soon as I started sending, it was almost like I could feel like it was going, like, we got big work to do. We got a big audience, we're going to go. And so that was like, I could feel that leading. It was really
beautiful. Thank you. And I can see now the difference between a sui and this. A sui is much lighter and can take a bit longer to get the energy, flowing. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so very welcome. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, and anyone listening to this would love to know your experience with that Holy Fire Reiki blast. Comments. Now, if you would like to chat to Brandy more about the Holy Fire Reiki, or perhaps a metaphysical shop, you can find her on Facebook. We're going to pop her links in the comments of this podcast, and you can find her there. So thank you so much for coming on today, Brandy, and thank you so much for that beautiful healing.
Oh, you're so very welcome. Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun. I'm very grateful for you. Thank you.
Beautiful. And if you have enjoyed today's episode of the Spiritual Catalyst podcast, please consider following or leaving a review, and we will see you next time. Okay, bye.